Hi, I'm Owen. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk more about that Thunderbolts post-credit scene. So, obviously this is going to have spoilers, so if you're not ready for it, now's your chance to leave. Thunderbolts, I already put a spoiler review for that. I'll put the link in the description. It was a fantastic movie, but I also felt that it was great at getting us excited for Doomsday, because the Infinity Saga really built up to Infinity War and Endgame in an exciting way, and it felt natural. But with all that's going on and how disconnected the MCU felt lately, besides Brave New World and the action that happens in this movie, it just felt disconnected overall. Combined with that and the whole Jonathan Majors fiasco where they had to replace Kang with Doom, it just all felt very rushed. I really felt like Marvel should have delayed Doomsday for at least a year, to give us more time to care about these characters and put more team ups like this movie to build up all the characters that are gonna be in this massive cast for Doomsday. But whatever, we're here, and I was just very down on that with Marvel recently. Captain America brought that a little bit, but that was just Sam Wilson. But now with this movie, I'm I'm excited for his team. This is gonna make the new Guardians Galaxy kind of B team, I think, that's gonna be in this movie. I'm excited for that. And this post-credit scene got me excited for Doomsday a little bit, making me excited a little bit. And it just felt very connected. If the post-credit scene felt like Phase 1 and Phase 2 Marvel, where we were always planting seeds for Thanos, but it just feels very natural. The post-credit scenes recently also just felt like work. This doesn't feel like that. So, breaking down what happened in the post-credit scene, basically, as all of you know, is that Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes is at odds now. And first, they played off as a joke, saying that it's a copyright issue, and then Red Guardian posed off the joke they could just make a new Avengers. But really, there's a lot of friction in between these two groups, which I think is interesting. I think it's going to be this maybe Civil War-esque thing. And considering how far we seen Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes, the journey they go through in Falcon Winter Soldier, I'm surprised it's happening. I think it's going to be interesting dynamic for sure. But, yeah. And then the Fantastic Four arrives. That also, I think, just proves more evidence that Galactus is probably going to destroy the Fantastic Four's world and then come back here. And it's just all great. But the one thing that I was looking at is, sure, the costumes, a lot of people are complaining about that. I don't think it looks that bad. Maybe I think it will be updated in Doomsday. But speaking on that note, the production of the scene felt very, very different from Thunderbolts. And obviously it's a different kind of feel because now they're a fully formed team. But the cinematography, the design, everything felt different in tone. And here with this new exclusive interview that was done by Comic Book originally on 3 days ago, it says this, so I'll read the article and the portions of dialogue they had with Jake Schreier, the director of this film. So, yes, I'm going to start with the quote. The specifics of what that end credits scene came to be, those came together quite late, Schreier said. That only got filmed maybe, is it even a month ago at this point? They're good at this over there. I didn't film that scene. I was there when it was filmed, and I can say that it comes from the set of a production that might be starting production right around now, so that might be fun for people to stay and watch, he added. But I was so honored to have that happen. We always knew kind of that end moment. From the very beginning, that was true, and then it was about building the right story that lived up to that, I think. So yes, this is confirmation to some theories that we all had, and yes, that was filmed on the Doomsday set. I was theorizing this before because in an interview that had Florence Pugh and Kevin Feige in it, Florence Pugh was the interviewer asked questions about Doomsday's filming, and Florence Pugh said, yes, I was filming, until Kevin Feige had to correct her and said that was just a preliminary work done. And I was like, that's interesting. And I think that was his post-credit scene, and this is confirmation. So Drake Schreier was on the set, but the Russo brothers directed that scene. I think that was very much a clip in Doomsday. That's how Fantastic Four is going to be introduced. And I just think that's really interesting. And honestly, also gives me more hope that for Doomsday, because all the character dynamics felt still very in line with Thunderbolts. They also include Jake Schreier there, kind of like how James Gunn was there for Guardians of the Galaxy. And it just gives me more hope that maybe this might not be, obviously, Infinity War Endgame type of event, but it's going to have more connectivity than we thought, more true to the original vision, and it's just exciting. I'm excited to watch Thunderbolts. team and the Fantastic Four team interact. I'm excited for the stuff they're going to go into in Doomsday. And this scene wasn't perfect. I guess the costume looked a bit goofy. But overall, I think this is just more assurance for us. And a lot of people are excited for the next thing because this post-credit scene was good. It was well shot, well filmed. And yeah, I think this is a good signs for Doomsday. And it's just nice to have this conversation. So yeah, that is my breakdown for Thunderbolts post-credit scene. Please check out my spoiler review if you didn't already. Like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. For those of Star Wars fans, I will be covering Andor. I might have already posted a video of that. I'll see. I'm recording a lot of these at similar times. Yeah, check out my Andor reviews. And yeah, if you haven't seen Thunderbolts already, go watch it. It's a great movie. And I'll see you next time.